Hi guys, so today I have some new items to share with you that Diamond Press has brought to their site, which is mydiamondpress.com. So I did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And I'll have the specific items linked in the description box. However, with Diamond Press, it's an affiliate code, which means I'll make a small commission if you use that code, but you also get 10% off, and the code is VCDP, like VianneyCreates Diamond Press. And you can pop that in at the checkout and it'll give you 10% off. Again, that's my affiliate discount code. So we have a few different things. I'm not going to open them up completely. What I'm going to do is probably work with a couple of them today, like these two. This one's Diamond Press Poinsettia borders, but they're stencils. So I thought, okay, well maybe we can pair them up with this other stencil set here. So let me open this up really quick. I'm curious to see, because on here we have like some poinsettia dies, as you can see, like the shape of that. Little leaves, little sprigs, or like more like pine leaves. And then we have this border. And oh, we have stencils. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then sentiments, sending you peace, love, and joy this Christmas. Merry Christmas, joy enclosed. Thinking of you at Christmas. Lots of really nice sentiments there. And the stencils, let me move these other items off just for now. Okay, so that's what I was wondering, what's the poinsettia border. So as you can see, the stencil has like the little flowers here on the border, and then you're going to layer them up, and it's going to look very gorgeous. And then you can cut the side, with the, if you would like, for that edge look. Or just, go ahead and do your stenciling and then use the combination of the different dies to cut out different pieces, and then you'll have those pieces layered up that you can either pop on top again just to make them more dimensional, or just use however you would like, right? And then of course we have our sentiments there. Very cool, very pretty. So I'll open these up in just a minute. And of course it comes with the marquee cutting folder. Again, you can use these thin metal dies in any machine that you have that cuts thin metal dies, but we do have the refill there. And then another item is the holiday stencil kit. So we have all these gorgeous stencils, and what they've been doing recently are these really nice size stencils that give you a lot of opportunity to use them on different projects, different sizes. This one's called Winter Wonderland, and it is like 9 1/4 in this direction here by almost 6 inches wide. So again, anything that fits in this area here would be great. I mean, just look at that. I love the little trees. Let's take a look at the info here first, and then so we have ho ho ho, so cute. I love that one. The little holly, and it looks like a little like ugly sweater kind of intarsia knit kind of thing. We have the little tree background there, the candy cane stripe, this really cool one, it's called lattice, and then we have the poinsettia and the snowflakes, of course. Sorry that a lot of times the screen gets a little bit yellow. Let me readjust my lighting so we can take a look at the actual stencils. Again, there you have the little Christmas trees, or Winter Wonderland, that one's called. Our snowflakes. Super gorgeous. The candy cane. This is great for all year round, just a fun stripe pattern. And I suppose if you do it this way and then do it the other way, you can have a different kind of plaid kind of, well, what's the diagonal one called? Kind of pattern there. The ho 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 is so cute. And then we have the lattice. Again, great for any time of year. Very pretty and delicate. The Christmas sweater. How cute, the little hearts and the little trees. Really, really cute on that one. And then the poinsettia. Just gorgeous. Oh, can you imagine some paste, like glimmer paste or something, or glitter paste through that? Would be really pretty. And then the holly berries. So cute. So we'll probably be working with those today. But I also want to show that they have a kit called Vintage Winter, and maybe you can see a little bit of what's going on. There's like a sleigh, a little old school looking, some tree line, little birds, clearly. And it has a whole cover plate there, so that's really awesome. It looks like it cuts that circle, which is really, really nice. Lots of dies on that one. This is a gingerbread greenhouse. I was like, how cute. Look at that. And so you can see a little bit of that, but of course in the tutorial video we'll go over it. I just love the shape of these little things, like to use them on all kinds of stuff. Can you imagine putting the little gingerbread on like a rosette, or just as a little paper clip? Oh my gosh. And look at the little house. So again, it has the delicate piece that's going to cut all like the little lines that you see like in here, and then a background piece. And then this one is the K-Cup Carrier Warm Winter Wishes. And I'm like, a K-Cup carrier? How funny. So this is like for a Keurig machine, those machines that use these kind of cups. And it has a little insert that has a little holder, and then it's just a little coffee treat, right? Super cute. Comes with the tags and all that kind of stuff. But again, well, I don't know if you can see it right now. You know, you have your stamp that's like a whole cup, coffee cup and mugs and things like that. And then there's dies for all of those. So I think that's really cute because we can use those in different ways without the carrier if you would like. And then it looks like a Santa Claus. And then this last one here is the Christmas Shadow Box. So if you recall the craft room shadow box, this is very similar, but it is going to make like a Christmas scene. And I know it's hard to see anything in there, but I see, look at the little fireplace and little Santa Claus and trees and sentiments and all that, and then all the dies that go along with that. So we will get to those very soon. Let me grab some papers and things, and I will be right back. I have a few things here. And I also will say, keep an eye out for some great deals. A lot of times when Die Press brings new items to their site, they might have some bundles, they have some different kinds of things going on, so just keep an eye out for that. Things that I may not be aware of quite yet. So, okay. To make our card, what I'm going to do is, I have this piece, I just cut it down, just some green paper. I'm just going to do tone-on-tone green stenciling with the lattice. You can also, I've shown you guys in the past, if you have a machine obviously larger, you can run this through an embossing machine, or your whatever machine you have, but with the embossing mat, should I say. So, rubber mat, paper, stencil, whatever the, sandwich is to finish it off for your machine, run it through, and that will push this up into, your paper up into the stencil, and you have a really nice effect, just like if it was embossing, just kind of subtle. This is actually white cord paper, because then you can then just sand over it, and it would give a nice look. But I'm going to do that green on green, and then I have just another piece of paper. Again, I did cut this, as big as an A2 card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just so you can kind of see what that would look like. But I'm probably going to cut mine up and put them on that green card topper I'm going to create. So I'm just going to grab this guy here. And, with something like this, I can just hold it down, or you can tape it down, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. And I'm just going to try, I kind of eyeball everything to keep it a little bit the same, like the same amount to the left and the right, up and down. Like it would be about here. And since I am going to use the whole thing, I'm not going to really tape it too much, but I will put a little bit of tape. Where is my little donut? She's where I always put her, just something else was on top. There we go. So I'm just going to kind of tape this down over here, because I want this whole thing to be colored, so I don't want to obstruct my card at all. And I believe Die Press has on their site these inks. So I'm just going to grab the darkest green ink that we have here in the natural or neutral set. And I'll probably be doing some layering on the other set with the pastel and neutral set. But either way, I'm going to ink this up and just come in here. So it's just going to be a slight difference of green than is already on my card base, okay? So I'm just going to go around. And I'm holding it with my hand, but if you want to put plenty of tape, you probably don't have to. I just am in that habit, I don't know, whenever I stencil, that I'm still holding it anyway. So I'll show you a little bit of the corner. It looks just slightly different. I know it's hard to see right now. So I'm going to continue building up the color till I have as much as I would like, and I'll be right back. So again, just a little something there. Ooh, look at that. So again, green on green, and just having fun with it. Really pretty. Okay, I'm going to clean this up, and I'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and do our little layering on this. There's some green all around here from earlier, but I think it'll be okay. So they're just saying secure cardstock with washi tape. So on this one, I don't mind go ahead and sticking this down, because I'm going to cut them out anyway. But I'm going to show you, like, you don't need this much paper. I mean, if you want to use a smaller piece of paper for your stencils, since you're going to cut them out. But for right now, I'm just going to show it to you like if I was making a card, like this being my card topper. So as you can see, there's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 1 and 2 are flowers, and 3, 4, and 5 are like the foliage and the center of the flower. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. I'm trying to think what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 1, clearly. Find the stencil marked 1 in the top left-hand corner, secure down with washi. So again, you can put them both at the same time I'm just going to secure this one in a different spot. That way when I remove that, I'm not removing the whole card base. And you're just going to start up with your colors. And of course the lightest color you want to start with, so when you put the darker color on top, if you were to start with a dark color and you go to place the next one, you're not going to see it, right? So a lighter color. So I do have like a deeper kind of red in the neutral set, and like a brighter red in the pastel set. So I'm just going to take my little handle, and I'll leave that green out because we're going to need that. And I'll start off with the lighter red. And you know, if you want to use different things, do different, it's going to be a couple little berries too. They're really cute. So deeper red, or I'm sorry, lighter red. No, not deeper. And I usually start in the center and go out, but you know, if you just want to color it in, I'm being a little bit delicate with it. Look at that little berry. I'm leaving the tip pretty light, just really stylized, but of course you want to color the whole thing in, then go for it. Okay. And then we can remove this guy. I'll rinse this off in a minute. Oh, it does say if you want to, using a pencil, make a dot in the 2-star alignment, so I'll show you this. Since I'm just going to layer them up, you can pretty much see one through the other. And my paper is exactly the same size, I don't really need that, but you can mark that little star registration mark, so next time you put it, you're in the same spot, right? The next layer and layer. And you just keep going. So just repeat steps 1B through 2D with the remaining 4 stencils. And there you go. So let's go to number 2. And again, I didn't do registration marks, but this is basically exactly the same as the stencil. So I'm just going to place those down. And get my darker red this time. And have that on here. And this one I'm really going to lay on thick because I want it to be very different from that base red. Oh, so whatever's left there, I'll take the color and get it going. Okay. And that is 3. I'm going to go rinse off these first 2 stencils and then we'll do our little leaves. Look how pretty. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'll be right back. And then we'll move on with our green, which I'm assuming the next one's going to be, again, generally with stencils, it's like the larger area, which is going to be lighter to the darker area, or more detail. So for the leaves, I'll start off with a very light green. And again, I'm just eyeballing that because of my paper being the same size, but if you wanted to mark those little registration marks, you can definitely do that. I'm going to go with this little green. I don't think I used this on the same green before. Oh, how cute is that? So I'm starting kind of at the bottom and brushing it out. That looks really nice. I like that look. And even scrubbing it the way I am, like just in one direction, it's giving like a texture that's pulled. You know what I'm saying? Like a line instead of just like being round. Very cool. Okay, so that one's pretty quick. And then from here we're going to go to the number 4. That was number 3. Number 4. These don't layer over what we just did, but number 5 does. So with number 5 I'll use the darkest, or number 5 you can go with black. You know, it's doing the center of your flower too. So also, you know, these are so far apart, you can make this a different color than these things out here. So it's up to you how you want to do that. You know, now I look at it. Let's do this in brown. Why not, right? A little something different. So let me grab this guy and this. So layer 4 I'm doing with some brown. And again, this is far enough from like this that if you wanted that to be greenery or whatever, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to do them all in brown. Just coloring them in. do the last one and I'll go rinse these off. Oh, don't drop that. Oh, look at that. Like the little accented brown. And then number 5, again, has all the darker bits. So if you want to go with like a dark green, black, or do these and... Oh, you know what? If you can do a little glaze on those. Let me grab these things here. Now, I do need to make a tutorial, but honestly, I would grab some gold glitter, like glaze, or, you know, those little gorgeous little paste, and just pop it here, 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 and here with your little spatula. I think it'd be very, very pretty, but I don't have the time to wait for them to dry to show it to you guys, sorry. So I'm going to move on, but I think that would look really, really nice. So I'm going to do dark green, and I'll probably just do dark green in there too, because I'm sure it'll show up. Or if you want to do like black, you know, you come in here, just get a little bit of that going, but this is so dark, and on top of that, I think it'll be fine. So I'm just going to go in and add that little color in there. Oopsie. Some of these you want to pay attention to the way they were created. Like if I go like this and the little jagged edges are going down, you're going to pick them up. So I'm just going to push down like a dabbing action. And this one goes this way a little bit. Just finish that off. Okay, and there's our beautiful little kind of edge. So I'll show you that, what that would be if we were using the die. How pretty, what a pretty little, I mean, it's a good amount. It's not just like this border that has just this tiny little amount here. Like it takes up a good amount of your card. I'll be right back. Hey guys. So on the back side here, they're just showing you if you want to use your border, take this, your die, and let me see if it's something like that. So hopefully you can kind of see from the design that you would pop it in there like this, a little bit closer, and then it'll cut just the edge off, right? And I like that's even a little bit longer so that it just completely cuts it. Super pretty. And then you would have this, you know, maybe put your little sentiment on top. So I had created this background. Now you can imagine if that was down, and then if you cut this, and a little bit of this sneaking out and peeking out the back. And you can also trim this down if you wanted to bring it up higher like this and have more of the background showing. For right now I'm going to stick this down, and then we'll go from there. So let me just put a little glue on the back of this, and I'll be right back. Stuck down there, and we can put this back over here. And instead of that, I'm just going to be cutting some of these guys. Let's see. It looks like these are very similar. I'm seeing once I go to place it, I'll be able to see which one's which. I'm trying to see because this one has like a... Okay, guys, I was just looking at the die itself, but you know what? If you look at the picture here, you see how this die has like the 3 little jaggedies? You can kind of see that there. And so that, for me, is going to go right here. Somehow. Okay, we'll look at that. No, this way. There we go. And then the other large one. And what they're showing you to you is you can place them like this, because if you have this one and then the other guy, it's just that if you place these two, you can run it through, and then when those are cut, you place the other 2 if you would like, and then you have all the sprigs even have their own dies, which is really nice. So again, you can refer to this for your placement. I think I'm going to make apertures though, because I want them to cut perfectly. So let's see if I have a scrap. I'm going to use some printer paper that I had printed something out, didn't quite take. I'm just going to cut it here, not the biggest deal. Now printer paper is kind of thin, so you have to be careful with it, because it might, you know, just be more careful than with like cardstock. And I'm just going to put this on here. What we want to do is to hinge. This is just a little aperture trick or guiding window, whatever you want to call it. And I would run that through. And I would do the same thing for both of them, or just run them through separately, or however you want to do it. And then we have this piece. Again, just printer paper. And with this guy, I can just open it up, and you can see exactly where you're cutting when you open it up this way. And if you're happy with your placement, just, you know, pop that back down, make sure they're in the right spot, and then you can just run that through. Again, you can do it for both of them, so you can run them both through at the same time. I'm just kind of showing you this one thing. When I come back, I'll have all my pieces cut. But there it is, and basically where you had asked for it to be cut. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so as I was kind of cutting these, I was kind of placing them to see what I might want to do. It's cute. And these guys are just eyeballed, so we'll see, not too bad. Here are our little leaves. And I probably won't do any sprigs this time around, but again, you have your little holly berries there from the design, and then you have all your sprigs that you can also cut. Okay, so I think to pull it all together, we'll do a sentiment. So let me just put these guys over here for now. I just have a white piece of paper. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and let's do... I have this little die, and I figured I can pop something in there. This little die from my stash. Let's do Merry Christmas and Holly Jolly Everything. And I'm just going to set this up on my stamping tool here. And I'm just going to stamp it, and maybe... I'll just stamp it in black ink, just because we already have a lot of red and green and everything else going on there, but I just want to make sure that this will be in a way that I can cut it. No, no, no. Yeah, that's plenty. Okay, so I'll just stamp that. And I guess I'll use this ink, that way I don't have to heat set. I usually use VersaFine, but you definitely need to heat the set that, or at least I do, I don't know. And firm, even pressure, I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, that's really nice. Looks pretty good. There we go. And I'll just run this through my die cutting machine there, through the marquee. Just kind of eyeball this up and down, left and right, you know, so it's nice and centered as what I would think is centered. Like that looks pretty good to me right there. And nice and straight. And I tape it down so it doesn't move. Put another piece of tape and I'll run it through and I'll be right back. Okay. Alright, so let's see. I'm just going to play around a little bit and arrange this. Something like that. I can even put this one, tuck in the back too. This little guy and this little guy can be up in front. Something like that. This one for sure will be back here, so I'm just going to stick it down. Just putting a little glue in the center. Actually, I like more like that. Okay. And that guy. Can go in there. Okay, so I'm just going to play around like that and kind of tuck them wherever I think they should go. And then probably put some dimensionals. Okay. And the reason I'm putting the glue more in the center is that way I can, if I want to stick like a little leaf in there later, I can do that still. I suppose this one will just be down. And then they also layer up if you want to layer these. They look really cute layered up. Yeah, something like that. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to get some dimensionals on the back of these guys and I'll be right back. Some dimensionals here. These are a little bit higher up. And then for this one, I want it just a little bit lower. Now, I have other dimensionals that are a little bit flatter, but I'm just going to take that same dimensional piece from this guy and just cut it in half. And I'll put some glue on this side, so. And that way there's some dimension, but it's just a little skinnier, a little flatter than the other piece that I just used. Something like that. And then we have our little leaves that we can kind of play with. something like this. And again, depending on how fancy you want to make it, maybe some pearls and things. But thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. Like I said, guys, keep an eye out. I'll have the links in the description box. And keep an eye out for any deals they have there. And I'll have that info linked in the description box also. So thanks for watching. Lots of images. Again, links are there. And I get this question every day. The description box is just under the title. Like, the title's there. You can click on the title to expand it. It depends on how you're watching also. So that's another thing. But you can click show more. There's like a little triangle sometimes, just whatever it is that expands this under here under the title, that's where the description box is. And anytime anybody on YouTube has a recipe, some information, some links, their social media, you know, links, they're always in the description box. So that's just the YouTube standard. Like, everybody uses that, and that's where it would be. So really good to know where that is. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for the tutorials coming up. Bye now.